Eliza. I'm an indie artist here in Western Colorado. My first show was when I was 10 years old, and it's always been the way that I have processed my emotions, the way that I've been able to have catharsis when no one was available to listen, and release the pain and let it be transformed into something really beautiful and really healing. Talk about today is the way that I have used music to heal my own trauma, and surprisingly, to my surprise anyway, it's helped other people along the way. Question is that I've spoken openly about healing from trauma. What was the most powerful or most surprising part of my healing journey, and how has it shaped who I am today? About 3 years ago, when I was still working as a nurse in the ER, I had opened my own business. It's a mental health business. I was getting so busy, a toddler at the time. I also had been getting pretty busy with music. I had rebranded, found a really great producer, honed in on the Faith Eliza sound, and I was getting more radio play and getting busier and really figuring out who I was as an artist. So we made the decision that I had to quit nursing so that I could focus on the babies, the mental health business, and music. My very last shift, there was a gentleman that needed to be transferred to a higher level of care. And I said, "Sir, this is my last shift. Thank you so much for giving me the honor and the privilege of taking good care of you." He kind of looked horrified that I was quitting because we need nurses. He said, "Well, I know they're going to miss you, and I'm sure your parents are proud of you." And in that moment, kind of everything just hit me that maybe I was being selfish, that I had a skill and a gift, and I had been a nurse for 10 years. And, it's just something easy for me. It's something that I'd done my whole adult life, and I knew how to do it well, and I knew how to save lives. So I really need to rethink all of this. Yeah, it's the socially acceptable what people are proud of me for doing, but it was killing me. For 2 reasons. Nursing's hard, and people are unkind to nurses, as they are in all professions, because we're all humans and we're all hurting. I get that. But it was 12-hour shifts many times a week, turning into 16-hour shifts many times a week, turning into, and it's just not sustainable. It's not sustainable, especially in emergency medicine, to see people at their worst ever, day in and day out, the worst day of their life, and hold space emotionally for that. I really was at a place of burnout, and I love music. It's the thing that I just have to do. I love it so much. I wanted to go to school for it. I wanted to major in music, but sometimes it's not socially acceptable. So I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but what I want to say is that man was transferred to a higher level of care. I realized I was making the right choice. I have to have music, and I was helping people in another way. I have to be a nurse anymore to help the world, to bring healing and health to myself or the people surrounding me. So I made the decision that really was going to be my last shift, and it felt very good, and I had more energy than I'd had in a very long time. And then about 2 months later, I think, was my first gig, my first performance after quitting nursing for real. And guess who was at that show? It was the gentleman that had been my patient, and he was the picture of health. It felt like God was giving me a wink of approval that I could facilitate healing and happiness and joy and health in any way that my soul felt like it was called to do. It's really encouraged me along the way a lot of times when I've wanted to give up, because it's hard. It's hard at times, but it is so fulfilling. I would say the other thing that's been really surprising are the people that do reach out to tell me that some of especially my more vulnerable songs, like one of my songs that was about the sexual abuse that I went through in the church, having to cut ties with my father. I always thought that my target population were women my age maybe, or a little older, a little younger. But surprisingly, it's been men. It's been men that are much older than me that have carried those burdens. That surprised me. It surprised me who's told me those songs are meaningful to them, because, we all kind of think that we're alone in our struggles and our pain sometimes. And I don't know, we've all been through some really, really, really hard stuff, and we can all probably understand what the other person's going through more than we we think we can. Number 2, was there a moment when I realized that creating music wasn't just something I loved, but something that truly saved me? Back when I was 10, and really alone, no siblings, and my mom had just left my father and gotten us out of a really bad situation. One of the only good things I feel like my dad did for me was to buy me a guitar. Music has saved me since I could understand anything about it. Let's see. Number 3, my music carries both emotional honesty and stunning musicianship. Oh, thank you. How do you approach turning deeply personal experiences into songs that feel universal to my listeners? Well, the generic songs that are just skin surface deep that people can kind of take however they want, those can be healing. People, hear lyrics and attach meaning to their life in a lot of ways. But whenever I really dig deep and talk about the really specific stuff, like literally say in a song, I don't talk to my father and I don't care how it makes people feel, or specifically talk about some of the sexual abuse or religious abuse, like we're coming out with a new song about both my toxic father and the religious abuse that I was in, called Don't Drink His Kool-Aid. Those are very specific, detailed situations, and it is hard. It's harder for me. It's harder for me to show up and talk about those really specific details. Mostly I'm worried that people are going to think that I'm, just trying to get attention or self-pity, and I'm not. Those things shaped me, and they made me who I am. They made me empathetic. But it's also the things that happened that need to have some light, need light and truth, and need to be expressed. And if I can be a little brave and show up and say this happened to me and it made me feel a lot of shame, but I'm stronger than the shame, and shame loses its voice and loses its power when I bring it into the light. And it gives other people the freedom to do so too. So that's what I'm trying to do. Number 4, with a background in both classical music and nursing, how do those worlds influence one another in your creative process? Such good questions. Good questions. I think I do look at a lot of things through a very technical lens and a very professional lens and maybe a science-based lens. However, there is this part of me, and it's the part that has to have music, that I don't know, plugs into something. I don't know why I'm getting so teary. I'm so sorry. That plugs into something bigger than me and more beautiful than me and better. Trying to analytically, logically figure things out with music, like it just comes as a download. Feel it and hear it coming when it's time. When it's time to write a song, it just comes from a different place than the computer, than this computer that I've created for myself in my frontal lobe. There's something higher and better that I have to have that comes. So even though it's served me really well to have been a nurse for 11 years and to have really high stress tolerance, I mean, I'm going to attribute, nursing in that environment of high stress to the fact that I do get nervous, stepping out on a stage in front of 2,000 people. So I believe my window of tolerance for that is way higher than it would have been without having that experience. So it just helps my nervous system. In fact, from a producer in LA talking about, it's not lack of talent or high talent that makes a musician successful or not. It is how resilient their nervous system is. How many times can I handle a troll telling me that I suck? How many times can I handle complete rejection? How many times can I handle complete indifference? How many times can I show up consistently with no one clapping for me, no one in my corner? I do it a lot. I do it a whole lot. And I'm proud of that. I'm more proud of that than anybody clapping for me, because at the end of the day, I really have to believe in myself. I don't think I'm a great, talented musician at all, but I know I have to have it, and I know I love it. But I know I love it a lot. After those 16-hour shifts, I would come home and write more music and play more music because it fills a part of my soul that's in deep need of it. I just have to have it. I love reading classical music and playing it on my cello. I love singing classical music, and I think that it opened up, almost out of the box thinking, out of the box writing. Nature and landscape seem to be deeply connected to my spirit. How does the natural world inspire my writing, grounding, and sense of peace? I wish I got more nature time. I moved here to beautiful Colorado because I was called to Colorado, and I thought I would be in the mountains all the time, and it's not happening now. It will probably happen in our future. I've gotten some great time in the mountains, beautiful places in Colorado, but I do want more and more. Okay, for our searching for goodness moment, what is one recent act of goodness, something I witnessed, received, or offered that reminded me why I do what I do? Try to support my friends as much as I can here. I really just try to be the person for others that I need and I want, because I am a super fan of a lot of people. There are amazingly talented people surrounding me, and I have been deeply touched by some of the shows that I've gone to. People have said some powerful things with their music, and I feel it's freaking healing, and I'm glad that I'm going. I'm glad that I'm a part of it, of the machine of all of it, of watching all these beautiful people be vulnerable in front of an audience and tell their stories too, because it's healing me and saving me too, and it inspires me to show up more brave and bigger and more myself and more authentic every single time. I guess kind of the full circle story is going back to talking about how I wanted to major in music and I got scared. I called my dad when I visited this music school in Tennessee back when I was 17 and said, I really want to major in music. And he said, you don't want to play music in those demon-filled bars. And I could have risen above it because it's not like he was paying for $1 of my college anyway. But it scared me, and I had a lot of friends going to nursing school, and I went into nursing believing that it would be safe, and it was. Sometimes I say it's the only good decision that I made as an 18-year-old, but my 17-year-old heart really wanted to major in music and wanted that to be my path. Cool full circle stories. Back in July of this year, a wonderful studio in Nashville called Off the Row Studio reached out to Sting and that they'd love to work with me. Did a Kickstarter. Started it the day that I went to Nashville, when I was invited to Nashville to make music, not when my poor broken-hearted 17-year-old self felt like I didn't deserve to major in music and that I'd be filled with demons, which was super scary. No demons were there. It was great. My Kickstarter got fully funded, and it's the most humbling, incredible thing that's ever happened to me. I didn't know anybody really believed in me until that happened, until there was objective evidence to the contrary. Despite people showing up to shows and being kind to me, I didn't legit get it, that I was loved and supported until that happened. So yeah, it was fully funded, and great people in my life, and a great band, and a great artist manager, Serene Jagger. And we're going to go to LA, and we're trying to get into a showcase. So hopefully I will be able to repeat this interview process in LA in person, and we'll be talking about how I just kicked ass at a showcase. and maybe got a sync license. And I am open to whatever is for my highest good and for the highest good of everybody around me and everybody that my life touches, happening in whatever way it comes about. You know, I'm open. It's always been great to look back and see all the closed doors being huge freaking blessings. All the things that I thought I wanted would have destroyed me. So I'm open. I'm open to all the good in whatever way it wants to come. And I love you, and I believe in you, and I hope you follow your dreams, because it's worth it. I do love you, and I believe in you, and it's all going to be okay. Okay. Heart.
Sometimes it seems like the whole world hates me. It's like a circus when all the lines break.
Okay, this was the best place to film. I'm sitting on my studio table with my electric cello and my beautiful mountain view, because I live in Colorado and the only way I get to see the mountains is down here, because we have 2 babies and we don't get to travel into the mountains very often, but we did to go get our Christmas tree last weekend, so that was awesome. Hi, my name's Faith Eliza. I'm an indie artist here in Western Colorado, and I've been a musician for 27 years. My first show was when I was 10 years old, and it's always been the way that I have processed my emotions, the way that I've been able to have catharsis when no one was available to listen. In music, you can just say things in music that you're not able to say in conversation much easier, and release the pain and let it be transformed into something really beautiful and really healing. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, is the way that I have used music to heal my own trauma, and surprisingly, to my surprise anyway, it's helped other people along the way.
I love you all.